Welcome back to the Team to Be Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. So for today's episode, I want to talk about a potential buyout candidate. He hasn't been bought out yet, but if he does become available through the buyout market, this is a player that the Miami Heat should absolutely go after and target. I think he would be a great fit for this team, whether he somehow becomes a starter or if he's willing to come off the bench. And so I think the Miami Heat should focus on targeting Nikola Vučević if he does become available, if the Chicago Bulls do buy him out. So Chicago's market for Vucevic, they're looking to trade him. They've been looking to trade him, has been virtually non-existent. That's according to NBA insider Jake Fisher. They were looking for trade candidates and they weren't getting any realistic offers in return. So who knows what's going to happen? Are they going to start the season with him on the roster? And he's on an expiring contract. He's only making $21 million next season, which is not too shabby for someone who, quite frankly, has been a double-double machine in his career. So there has been rumors that the Chicago Bulls might either waive him or buy him out during the season or before the season because they can't find someone to acquire him, which is crazy. So Vucevic, like I said, remains as a proven double-double machine. Last season, he averaged 18 and a half points, 10.1 rebounds, good playmaker too for a big, 3.5 assists while shooting 53% from the field, which is great. And here's the big stat: shot 40% from three-point range. The biggest issue with him, he is not a lockdown defender. The other issue with him, I guess, moving forward is his age. He's 34, but he's on an expiring contract. So this is like a short-term deal. And he has the size, he has the shooting, he has the productivity that can still make him a threat for this Miami Heat team, especially on an expiring contract. We need a backup big, or quite frankly, we need a big that can start next to Bam Adebayo. And it's like, sorry, Khalil, you can come off the bench. Like, you're going to still play, obviously, and play 24, 25 minutes per game, but we need someone, ideally off the bench. But Vucevic, would he be willing to come off the bench? Who knows? Who cares at this point? Like, maybe it still makes sense to keep Khalil Ware as the starter and have Vucevic come in and be that closer essentially for the Miami Heat. But the Miami Heat have a hole in their front court. We have Bam Adebayo, we have Khalil Ware. That's basically it. We have Nico, the other Nikola on our team, Jovic, who is 6'10", but he operates more as a point forward. So he doesn't want to play as our backup center to Khalil Ware. So adding Vucevic gives Miami one, a reliable scorer next to Bam Adebayo. Khalil Ware did great, averaged, what was it, 9-10 points per game last season, but we need more scoring. This Miami Heat team sucks at offense, bottom 3 in scoring last 3 years, bottom 10 in offensive rating last 10 years. So we need scoring. Like, people say, yeah, he's not the best defender. That's going to put more pressure on Bam. Who cares? Like, we're a top 10 defense over the past however many years. Like, that's not our problem. Offense is our problem. We need to figure that out. And he is someone who could score. He's a veteran presence who is someone who could spread the floor and someone who could relieve Bam Adebayo, relieve Khalil Ware, and that's going to allow Bam to truly slide into that power forward position. I mean, Khalil allowed Bam to do that, and he is someone who could actually shoot the three himself, but not at the same clip as Vucevic. He's still unproven. So, again, the risks and red flags with this trade or this buyout candidate is defensive limitations. So Vucevic is a liability in switch-heavy schemes, which the Miami Heat do play rotational basketball, and his defensive agility has declined, and especially at his age, at age 34, he's showing that. He's age 34. The mileages have been adding up. So that's one thing. But his contract, again, if he gets bought out, then hopefully you can sign him for super cheap. That gives you flexibility, and there's low risk because he's on an expiring contract. You could just sign him to a 1-year deal. The other thing though is there's no trade market. Like, can we trade someone for him so we can get him before he goes out to the buyout market? Then we have to compete against a bunch of other people if he clears waivers, which he would. So trading Terry Rozier would be something that could be valuable, especially if we do trade Terry. That's 24 million versus 21. We save 3 million and we're not even close to the first apron. Then that could be huge for the Miami Heat. Then we still have one more roster spot that we can add someone, maybe even give Drew Smith the last roster spot, even though he's coming back from an Achilles injury. He's not eligible for a two-way deal anymore. So why not add Nikola Vucevic through a trade? I don't think the Bulls are going to want Terry necessarily. I don't know why they would do that, but that's one avenue. So is he willing to come off the bench? Who cares? Is he willing to start? Sure. But coming back on a team-friendly deal is good for the Miami Heat. He adds spacing, veteran leadership, poise, a scoring punch that the Miami Heat needs, rebounding, which is something we're not great at either, defensive rebounding. We've been in the bottom 5 the last few seasons as well. So I think it's a no-brainer. I think we need to do everything in our power to add him to this team, and I think the Miami Heat should do it.